Okay, Katie. Yeah, I enjoyed our date too. Yes, of course, we'll go another one in a couple days. Thanks. Love you. Bye. Oh, what a great day. Great girl, great date, good movie. Got into a squall with Uberman and then made peace within the span of 2 hours. Uber added tipping. How much better could life be? Let's check out the news. Wow, there is a God. Holy cow, folks. Uber CEO Travis Kalanick has officially resigned. I'm Kevin, your entrepreneur, and I'm actually not too terribly surprised by this, believe it or not. No, really. This is a news story. It literally just broke like 15 minutes ago. The New York Times has broken it. There it is, right there. If you can see it here, I know how to make it there. There it is. He's resigned. He's gone. That indefinite leave is forever. That temporary stepping away is now permanent. Kind of like how those rate cuts were temporary. Temporary. So, okay. Yeah. Here's the thing. I need the article for some notes, guys. I'm sorry. Today has been such a crazy day. I mean, Uber adding tipping and Kalanick resigning on the exact same day. Who'd have thought? So, anyway, So anyway, Travis Kalanick has resigned. He sent a letter of resignation, and the title. I am so giddy right now. The title of the letter is "Moving Uber Forward," and it was obtained by the New York Times. The investors wrote to Mr. Kalanick that he must immediately leave and that the company need to change its leadership. Mr. Kalanick, 40, consulted with at least one Uber board member. Gee, wonder which one that was. Sorry, sneezes. So bad. And after 5 hours of discussion with some of the investors, he agreed to step down. He will remain on Uber's board of directors. In the statement, he says this: I love Uber more than anything in the world, and at this difficult moment in my personal life, I have accepted the investors' request to step aside so that Uber can go back to building rather than be distracted with another fight. You think so? The move caps months of questions over the leadership of Uber, which has become a prime example of Silicon Valley startup culture gone awry. So anyway, then it goes on to list a lot of stuff that he had a direct and indirect hand in. And you know what? This is I think this is the best for everyone, including Kalanick. And let me tell you why. Because Kalanick is obviously, he came up with a great idea. He and some other guy came up with a great idea. And he did build Uber. We cannot take that away from him. He built Uber. However, the empire of Uber was built on sexual harassment, slave wages, and corruption. Uber is valued at $70 billion and yet has never made a profit and continues to lose money. He has shown to continuously be immature and abusive and abrasive, and, he seems a lot like some other out-of-control ruler that I'm reading a very good book in the series, and yeah, there's a character in there whose name escapes me for some reason, but yeah, he's kind of a jerk. Kind of doesn't run the kingdom very well, but anyway, so Kalanick stepping aside is good for everyone. It's good for the investors because since he was the direct cause of a lot of Uber's problems and the culture, he's gone. They can now say that to save face for potential future investors. It will allow them to hire or promote someone within that hopefully has better experience managing people. I mean, here's the thing. That tip option being added today, that is now very clear to me. That was not just some fluke. They got rid of Kalanick, and it's like, okay, we are going to backpedal on some of these things. Also, under Kalanick's leadership, Uber continued to lose more money and invest in things they didn't need to. The flying car, for example. I bet you the flying car, that's going to be one of the first things to go. Tipping options been added. Eventually, Uber rates will probably start going up, and the drivers might start receiving some of those rates, some of those rose rates, because they need to be profitable, and it's a very delicate balancing act. They can't just raise rates and not pay the drivers more, because that's one of the reasons drivers are quitting in the first place. The new terms of service is what started the hashtag delete Uber. Well, okay, that revived, I should say, the hashtag delete Uber movement. So, I don't know. Anyway, this is a good thing. And this video is simply just to announce it. Kalanick is officially gone. And of course, Kalanick is a millionaire. He's a millionaire. He should take, here's Kalanick. Here's my advice from me to you. Person to person, and really almost human. Take some time off. Your family has been through a very, very bad tragedy. I mean, I do not believe for a second this resignation and leave of absence had anything to do with that. But you know what? Sometimes bad things are blessings in disguise. You can now take this time to spend time with your family. I'm sure you've been at least a little humbled by being ousted by this company. Kind of like how Steve Jobs was when he was ousted out of Apple and formed Next. Think of your next move and build another company. You've got the money, and you've still got a huge stake in Uber, so that when Uber goes public, you can cash out then, and you will make even more millions of dollars. So rest, reevaluate, recuperate, come back better than ever. Because here's the thing. It can happen. It can happen. People can change for the better. Now, people keep mentioning Apple in this whole discussion because Steve Jobs was outed out of Apple, and people say, like, well, in retrospect, that was a big mistake. No, it wasn't a big mistake. Steve Jobs was way out of control. Read the biography by Walter Isaacs. It's a great read, by the way. In fact, you might be able to buy a copy of the book in my Great Media Universe store, possibly. And he was a good visionary. And Steve Jobs was not a programmer. He was not an architect. He didn't even really come up with many of the ideas at Apple. He stole many of the ideas, like, the mainframe, the operating system, the user interface. He just improved it, and he found a way to package and sell it. And that's basically what you are, Travis. You are a salesman. Because by the way you have run this company was clearly not your best move. You are not a business guy. You're not a manager. So come up with another idea. You have the money, you can have the investors, but this time pull someone on board who maybe does know how to run a company. You can still make key decisions, but they can help you with it, and they can give you ideas when things are going south. There was no reason it should have took us till you resigning to get the tipping option. It just shouldn't have taken that long. I mean, you really need to think bigger picture sometimes, and I don't think you always saw that. You chased dreams of autonomous vehicles and flying cars and a takeover of China that was never going to happen in a communist country. So first of all, Travis, thank you for creating Uber. Thank you. Secondly, thank you for giving me and other people opportunities. I mean, we're complaining, and we have every right to complain. We have every right to complain. But you know what? The bottom line is things can always get better. And sorry, but with you gone, I'm kind of optimistic they will get better. And 3, I really wish you best of luck. Create another idea that creates more jobs, but maybe treat people with a little bit more compassion and humanity next time. And this won't happen again. So anyway, I'm sure everyone watching this right now has got a ton of thoughts on this. So comment below, tell me what they are, like, favorite, share, subscribe. Consider becoming a Patreon member or buying some swag from the Great Media Universe store. Every little bit helps. And as always, flame responsibly. Have an Uber day.